Assalamu alaikum. This is Fazan Hakimi. This presentation is a part of my university term project. This presentation explores the types of linguistic borrowing observable in the linguistic landscape of the main roads of Karachi, which is a metropolis of Pakistan. The term linguistic landscape refers to all visible semiotic signs in public space. This not only includes printed, written, carved, sprayed, or otherwise visible language that occurs in the physical world, but also pictures, colors, logos, graphs, and other meaningful signs. There are three types of linguistic borrowing: importation, partial substitution, and substitution. There are two kinds of importation. Uh, First is foreign word. It is a non-integrated word from a foreign language spelled as is. For instance, cafe, as it is spelled in English, is basically from the French word. A loan word is an integrated word from a foreign language, orthographically adapted for the receiving language. For instance, music, as it is spelled in English, that is music, is basically an adaptation of the French word, which is musique, spelled as musique. What is partial substitution? Composite words in which one part is borrowed and the other is substituted. For example, live Sendung, which means live broadcast in German, is basically from English live broadcast. In substitution, we have a loan coinage and loan meaning. Loan coinage is further divided into a loan formation and loan creation. And we have further division in loan formation, which is loan translation and loan rendering. Loan translation of the word elements of the foreign word, whereas a loan rendering is the translation of part of the elements of the foreign word. Loan creation is coinage independent of the foreign word, but created out of the desire to replace a foreign word. For example, brandy in English is from the French word cognac, and the loan meaning is basically indigenous word to which the meaning of the foreign word is transferred. Now we move on to the examples of linguistic borrowing observable in the linguistic landscape of main roads of Karachi. In the picture, we can see a banner in Urdu, but the words care and repair, which are commonly used in Urdu, are spelled as they are spelled in English. It is thus an example of importation of foreign words. In the given picture, we see shop display in Urdu, but we have two English words here, milk and corner, but they have been adapted in the receiving language, which is Urdu. And this is thus an example of importation, loan words. Here we have another example of loan words, which is importation. The word chicken, in the picture on the left, chicken and center, these two words are English words, but they have been adapted in the receiving language. And on the picture, in the picture on the right, again we have the word chicken, and these two words are commonly used in Urdu, but these are basically English words. Again, we have loan words on this shop display. This shop display is in Urdu, Ayan Dairy Ice Cream and Milkshake, and Mashallah Ayan Milk Shop. So here the word dairy is from English, which is very common in Urdu, and it has been adapted here. Ice cream is very much common in Urdu, and it's been again a loan word here. Milk, English word. Shake, English word. Milk shop, again English words. This is an interesting example of importation. This board is primarily is in English. Chai and chill, your daily batak. But the word chai is basically an Urdu word, and the word batak is also an Urdu word. So here we can say that it is again importation, that in a banner which is in English, two words have been used. The loan word example again. This is another shop display. Anna's Biryani and Plow Center. Again, this is in Urdu, but we have and it is quite common uh, in the linguistic landscape of main roads, and especially on shop displays. This word "and" is used, and it is again adapted in Urdu. Plow and center. The word center is an English word, and it is again adapted in the receiving language. Earlier, earlier we were looking at the shop displays, but here we have a billboard example. Here it says in Urdu, "Bill ki fikr se befikr." The word "bill" is basically an English word, and again we see the example of loan words, which is importation here. Now we move on to graffitis. Here, if you and it is an interesting example. In Urdu, it says "Aurat march na manzoor," right? In Urdu, it means say no to women march, right? Here, march in Urdu is basically march is an English word, but it has been adapted here and written in Urdu. Likewise, we have say no to Aurat march. Now, this is in English, and interestingly, the word Aurat is an Urdu word. So we have a double example of importation here on this graffiti. We have another graffiti here, and it is basically an advertisement for some insecticide. And it says in Urdu that it's an insecticide for bugs. So the word wholesale, it is a word in English. It has been adapted here, and this is an example of importation. In this graffiti, we have it seems to be a college's name, and the word college is an English word. Um, in- this is an English word, and it has been adapted in Urdu here. Likewise, we have the word road here, which is again an English word. So it is another example of importation with loan words. Another graffiti with loan words, which is importation. Here it says Al Sin, Sunni conference. The word all is an English word. It has been adapted over here. Likewise, the word conference is again an English word, but it is used in Urdu very commonly, and it has been adapted over here. Now we move on to the loan words on signposts, and here we will again see importation. The linguistic borrowing that we can see on this signpost is again loan words importation. If you look at this Nishtar Park, it says in Urdu Nishtar Park. Park is again an English word and has been adapted over here. So it is again loan word. Likewise, the last address it says Hudadat colony in English, and again the colony is very much common in Urdu, and it has been adapted over here. So we have examples of loan words here. On this signpost, we have Soldier Bazaar. Soldier is an English word, and it is adapted over here again. Meriwether Tower is again it seems to be English. Tower is an English word, and when it is written in Urdu, so it has been adapted. City area. It says an Urdu city area. City area is basically a very common word in Urdu, which is again an example of loan word and importation. Now we have now some other displays such as this one. Here it says Central Hospital. Now Central is again adapted to fit in the receiving language, and Hospital is from the word hospital. So it is again a loan word example here. Here again we have so many examples of loan words. Photostat. Photostat is basically an English word here. So it has been adapted. Powder, copy. Both are English words, but adapted in Urdu. Plastic coating, again English words. So example of importation here. A no parking sign which says no parking, but not in English, but in Urdu. Again, an example of loan word importation. On this display, we have the word station written in Urdu, Numaish station in English, and a Numaish station in Urdu. The word station is basically an English word, so it is again an example of loan word here. This display says in danger in English first, and then below that it says high voltage, written and adapted in Urdu. Again, an example of loan word. And this one is our last example of the linguistic borrowing in the linguistic landscape of the main roads of Karachi. Here it says sanitary market station. All three words are in are English words, but when they're written in Urdu, they have been adapted. And market is adapted a little differently to give a different pronunciation in Urdu, which is market. And thank you very much for your time.